Okay, let's look at some top gainers today. Up 25% AMC. I'm not a fan of this stock. I really thought I was going to get rejected here at resistance, but this thing is just unbelievable right now. Let me get rid of this line. I can see it with the cloud, so it's just in the way. So yeah, probably a lot of you are trading this. So we broke above resistance here, so we can consider this support now. $11. So it's support until it's not. Now we have an uptrending Tenkan-Sen line and prices above the Tenkan-Sen, above the Kijun-Sen. And these are going to try to get above the cloud here. It's a daily chart. Of course, we're going to have resistance up in this area here from the top that we tested before. That's an ugly candle there, that shooting star or doji, whatever you want to call it, with that long wick. $20. So these are all areas of resistance to look at. We might even consider where we're at right now, getting close to an area of resistance. So if you want to trade this, let's look at the 4-hour chart here. Depending on how long I want to swing trade something, I kind of like the 4-hour chart. So I'd look for this orientation to continue, where price is trending with the Tenkan-Sen line and staying above the Kijun-Sen line. And definitely, of course, above the cloud. So now we have our lagging line, which I don't talk about too much, but you always want to make sure if you're going to go long that the lagging line is above the candlesticks. You don't want the lagging line down here. You want it above the candlesticks where it's at. So let's look at a 30-minute chart. Momentum's getting awfully fast here, so yeah, to keep a tight leash on the trade, you might want to use a 30-minute chart. So a retest of the Kijun-Sen or cloud could be an opportunity to get in, and you want to make sure you stay above these indicators. See here we crossed below the Kijun-Sen line, but then we bounced off the cloud. We had this flat area right here that we bounced off of. Let's see, this was our resistance area here at $11, and all of a sudden we just gapped up. So some buyers that don't care about resistance levels just jumped in right there. They said, we're going to take this thing, we're going to blow this resistance with these buy orders. Let's throw down on 1 million shares. I don't know, just speculating. So anyway, that's how I manage this. It's like a fast momentum trade now. So I'd go to a 30-minute chart and make sure it stays above the cloud. I don't really like what I see with the cloud. It's getting these weird shapes and kind of spindly. So it's not a very well trending, reliable cloud. It's kind of a mess, really. SOS. This thing had some crazy momentum and basically crashed. Bounced off the 50 moving average here. Got rejected at the Kijun-Sen. Started downtrending Tenkan-Sen line. Now all of a sudden we've jumped above the Tenkan-Sen line. We've got resistance right here at 850. And also this flat Kijun-Sen line is right there. So we've gotten above Tenkan-Sen, which can provide uptrending support. So this is one of the first signs that a new uptrend may be beginning, is for price to at least get above the Tenkan-Sen line. Okay, and then we need to see this Tenkan-Sen line. We need to see another move here, so Tenkan-Sens can start to curve up and push the price above this Kijun-Sen and resistance. Then we'll have more resistance up here with all these candles and of course the top. So I'm not a fan of trading this. I wouldn't trade it. If I was, I'd be right on the edge of my seat, probably biting my fingernails, watching the 30-minute chart. Weird shapes of the cloud, just kind of, it's hard to rely on your indicators with a stock that moves like this. So I'm not really liking that. when I swing trade, I'm very selective about what I trade. I want to see a nice trend that just talks to me. Okay, I don't like this chart action here. So here's some resistance levels here that I actually put in previously. Flat top of the cloud right here. We had some resistance a few times here. You see that? We got rejected there a few times. Again right here, trying to test it again. So we'd want to see this break, but then you get more up here. So extremely risky trade as far as I'm concerned. Tilray, pot stock. Actually shorted this, and this is my basis for my short, this Head and Shoulders, and now we're violating that. So it's already broken my trading rule, but I haven't closed it yet because of this downtrending cloud right here. We did have a TK cross, and it's trying to see how the price is staying above the Tinkinson line. So I'm not sure where this is going to go. I'm going to watch it for another day or two. I just have a small position. I have, I don't know, I think I'm underwater about $40 is all. So it's not a big deal. I took this trade because just kind of an exercise really to practice some technique, and I wasn't really basing the trade so much on the indicator as I was the technical pattern. This huge blow off top and kind of this Head and Shoulders here, and then we had downtrending pressure from the Tinkinson, and now we've crossed it. See, like I said, the first indication of a onset of a new trend is to get on top of the Tinkinson line. If you're into bottom fishing, this candlestick too, see how it's got a long wick? If you're into bottom fishing, then you might want to open your trade as soon as you get on top of the Tinkinson line, and as long as you stay on top or trend with it, stay in the trade. And if we see price roll over here and get underneath the Tinkinson line, then you'd want to get out of that long trade. So let's see, Clark Energy. This stock is kind of a mess. It's so this is an oversold bounce. Okay, I'd look for this to probably get rejected here. Genius Brands. This is one of my speculative plays. Weird shapes of the cloud. This thing's really volatile. So what got me into this trade was a double bottom. I kind of like the company. I think it's interesting. And there was this huge run up here. I guess the CEO was telling some lies, and then the stock just bled off. And then I saw this double bottom right here. I've been watching this stock for a long time. There's a lot of chatter about it in the social media. And then I saw this double bottom at $1 here. I thought, well, shoot, for $1, you know. So I bought 1,000 shares, and now it's doing pretty good. It's starting to create this uprising trend line here. Can't really rely on the cloud with this. I'm basically trading the double bottom and now this trend line that I see. We're getting some moving averages that are responding here in an upward. So here's another trade I'm in, ZOM, and I got into this one because I saw this bull flag pattern. Well, I've been watching it for a while. Usually I don't chase momentum, so I wasn't even going to get into this until I saw this pattern evolve. I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. And I see these long wicks right here testing the 50 moving average. Flat bottom of the cloud for support. Corresponding with these wicks right here. So I thought, yeah, this looks interesting. So I'll just make my trading rule. This support level here and the 50 moving average. I definitely want to see it responding to the 50, seeing what it did here. Tinkinson's starting to curve up. We're going to get a TK cross here on the daily. I think on the 4-hour we already did. Or actually, we're just getting ready to cross on the 4-hour. You see that? Here's my pattern that I drew. So we've broken out of the bull flag. We're getting a TK cross on the 4-hour, responding to the cloud. So I want to make sure that all these signals remain positive for me. Okay, I don't want to see price roll under the Tenkan-sen, start to cross under the Kijun-sen. If I see that, I'll probably take my profits or get out. All right, let's see. I was looking at Tesla today. So Tesla's testing an area of resistance. This is a 4-hour chart. You can see where the cloud's coming into play. I drew this area this morning, this 705, 707 area, because it looked like there's some resistance here. I'm seeing the flat bottom of this cloud here. So the resistance is just based on basically what went on right here is what it is. There's more resistance at, let's see, 720. Yeah, so there's a little bit at 720. And then 760 is the big one where it fell out of the cloud right here. This is a 4-hour chart. And the bottom of the cloud on the 4-hour is represented by the top of the cloud on the daily. 760. Yep, see how that works? So we fell into the cloud right here and we just picked up momentum, came back, tried to test the top again, got rejected. So this is a pretty bearish signal. When you see price drop, respond off the bottom of the cloud, and then get rejected at the top, that is a very bearish signal. So whenever you see, and it can be very bullish if it goes the other way. If we tested the bottom of the cloud and then broke out of the cloud again, that could be very bullish. Quite often you want to see a retest. So we broke support here, and we came back up and tried to test it and failed. So that was a big red flag right here for this stock. And then you can see how momentum really picked up and it traded off. So I'm seeing this as an oversold bounce right now. We're getting a downtrending red cloud. It's kind of thin because of this bounce we've taken. This V-shaped bounce here. A lot of buyers jumping in right here. But I don't know, just looking at the long trend of this stock, I think that, these are all potential sellers right here, okay? So how many buyers do we have as opposed to how many sellers? So, and this trend doesn't make sense. It just, to me, it just seems way overdone. I don't see how this could just keep going. Like, we don't even care about gravity anymore. But it has been a very strong stock. I know a lot of people really love it. So it's kind of a market love affair with Tesla. And right here is where the lever fell out of bed. So we need to get back above 760, I think, for the party to continue. Let's see what else we'll look at here. Well, I'm short some, GameStop. I think GameStop's going to put a reversal here. It's hard to tell. It could recover because technically now, well, it's kind of weird because the Kijun-sen line has curved down, which indicates that price is collapsing, which what we're seeing here. But it can try to provide support, and the Tenkan-sen's above it, and price is right here. So if we see price continue to push up and follow this Tenkan-sen line, this could go up further. We have to wait and see what tomorrow delivers. If we get a daily close below this Kijun-sen line right here, I think this thing's going to tank. I think it's going to burn off like what we saw right here. So trading this is not my cup of tea. I don't trade stuff like this. I like to see nicer trends in that, nicer patterns. I don't know. Sometimes I might, but I'm not interested in this one. DraftKings been doing pretty good. We got a nice trend line forming here. Uptrending cloud. 50, we're getting support from the 50 moving average. Our indicators are trending. So I think Ichimoku and the trend line moving averages all work well with this trade right here. Seems to be trending pretty nice. Let's see what else. Well, this is a penny stock I looked at for a friend. It had a pattern very similar to the one we just looked at, this bull flag type thing, and it broke out. Today's price action wasn't too impressive, down 2.84%. This is something to watch, this pattern here, and look how the Tenkan-sen is starting to curve up. See, we just got a little overbought right here. That's what it is. We got too far from Tenkan-sen. Tenkan-sen's starting to curve up. So this trade is not a bust yet. This could very well take off here. It doesn't look too bad actually. ExxonMobil, a lot of people have been saying get into oil, get into oil. I think you're kind of chasing it here. When I look at the long term of this chart, I'm thinking, why would I buy this right here? You know, I don't trade charts that look like this. If I do, I trade them very carefully. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I'm just going to try to draw a trend line here. Trend line. Yeah. I don't know, this thing could go to $75, $80, I guess. Where are we at now? $60. So yeah, we could get another $15, $20 out of this stock. It's trending really nicely. We've got the moving averages are starting to widen out. You see that? So this tells me it's getting overextended. We're getting pretty far from the cloud. So I would not be buying it right here. Here was an opportunity. See, we tested the 50. So I hate chasing momentum. I look for opportunities. I would look for this thing to take a big dump down near the cloud or the 50 and maybe give it a go there if I wanted to trade it. But I'm not interested in trading that one either. Kodak. Come on, charts, get with the program. My son's doing PC games, so it's slowing down my internet. We might have to cut it off here if my charts aren't going to work. Alright. That's it for tonight, I guess. I'm short Plug Power. I'm short Gevo. Shorting some of these clean energy and EV stocks. Alright, I'm out of here.